Hello guys! So today we will be reacting to Sara MBTI typing me through messages. So I messaged Sara MBTI because she has many videos, plenty of videos of typology on her YouTube channel, and she types people for free, and she also records some of her typings, and she types people through messages on Instagram, which is pretty awesome. Like, you can get a second opinion, not just your own, through just by sending her a message. If you would like to get her typing, I would advise you to also write a YouTube comment, because she doesn't actually answer her Instagram messages that much. For example, so as you know from some of my previous videos, I was inclined that I am an ISFP, because you guys brought some arguments that I might be SE instead of NE. So I was like super confused. I thought that I was INFP for like 4 years, and my whole identity, it crushed. It went down, and I was like super confused. I really needed help, like a second opinion of what actually I am, because I didn't actually relate to the SE persona, and it was not coming from a space of like preconceived ideas of SC, like bad ideas, like racism of typology. But I really wanted to know a second opinion. It was good to feel like I was SE, like, oh, I'm actually good at SE. Oh, so then I actually started to be good, but not quite. In my head, I thought I was being good, but not exactly. But let's see what Sara has to say about my type. So this was in 2021, long time ago. Hi, can I be typed by you? So she didn't answer, and then I asked her on YouTube if she could type me, and I sent her a message again in June. Hi Sarah, would really like to be typed by you. I saw a video on you typing an INFP, and it was really interesting. I thought I was INFP, but I had people telling me that I seem like an ISFP. This was after the video. Hi, I saw your YouTube comments. I could type you. Yes, oh my god, I'm so excited. I was like super into MBTI at this time, and I was really super excited to get a second opinion, because none of the people that I know are into MBTI. Now I have a friend that is actually into MBTI, but she types everyone as intuitives, so I don't trust her typing. Sara actually has a tendency, I'm not sure. What is your biggest fear? People. Not to be loved or accepted, or even just respected for who I am. Not having an environment to be who I am. And who are you? Who you are? Who are you exactly? Because I want to be myself. I want to be me. I don't know, but I am childish. I am free-spirited. I love animals and nature. But in the eyes of others, I am too childish and don't act for my age. This comes from my sister, especially because I act pretty childish around her. She always says, "Oh my god, you're so childish." I'm almost 30, and she's saying that I'm childish. This is my personality. So I like to play with children and act as I wish to. Okay, act as I wish to. not quite anymore. Like I was 27 here. It was almost 2 years ago. Oh no, just 1 year ago. No, 1 year and a half. What is your biggest flaw? Caring too much about my will, not being able to enjoy what others enjoy. Sometimes it is like I don't speak the same language of other people. Yeah, I'm a bit self-centered. So I have my interests and I actually cannot care about others' interests if I actually don't care about them. And I was in a horrible job at this time, so and I didn't relate to the people there at all. And so I really felt misunderstood and I felt I really didn't speak the same language as them because I wanted to talk about other things than what they were actually talking about. What can annoy you in other people? This is interesting question, and we should actually think about this. What annoys us in other people? So for me is talking about mundane things. All right, Instagram, thank you. Talking about mundane things. People who joke about others as a theme conversation. People whose conversations are just about mundane things that happened. They don't have people that don't add with 2Ds, that don't add anything of themselves to the story. People who I can't actually differentiate from others. Last thing you mentioned, how do you feel about lack of authenticity from others? Lack of authenticity. So she probably is figuring out like, okay, she might be a fi. I hate that so much. It makes me cry. I don't see the point of pretending to be or feel something that you aren't. Misleading other people in your own favor. Actually, that you mentioned it, I think it is what I most hate in people. But now I know some people just don't know who they are because of personality. MBTI actually helped me to have empathy for the people that don't know who they are. Like they just follow others. That's fine. I actually now have, I understand them. I can understand them and just see them as equals. But manipulating and lying is something that makes me cut relationships with that person. There was a lot of manipulation in my other job and a lot of lying. And as much as I empathize with those people, lying is something that I just can't live without. I just can't. I can't. Now I forgive people more. I forgive, and I understand that sometimes people are just not prepared or are just not courageous enough to actually tell the truth, or they don't want to tell the truth, which is sad. They don't see it as benefiting them. They don't see why would they tell the truth if it's not benefiting them. But if it's a person that actually messes up with your mind, that's even worse. That's like super manipulated. Are you annoyed when people are trying to look the same as other people physically? So I guess right now he or she has probably figured out that I'm FI. Are you annoyed when people are trying to look the same as other people, like physically, the same clothes, same outfits, like if people look the same, they can even look pretty good, but they look the same. Like a bunch of girls, they all look the same. It's like they dress similarly. They dress like the clothes are very similar, same style, even though they can look really, really good. It's not saying like it's bad. It's not saying that it's bad. It just look the same. And it doesn't annoy me exactly. I just admire people so much when they dress differently or have unique taste in music. Tell me why. I guess I just really love people who are different. And if you dress differently, it makes me think you have different ideas or different interests, way of thinking, and are not afraid of exposing that. It just makes me curious about why you chose to dress like that. Makes me curious about your way of thinking and your interests, and the way you talk probably is different too. I just like variety of people, like different personalities. I like different people overall. Even if you dress normal but have different perspectives, I admire that. But I admire more people who dress differently. They are like unapologetic, or how you write it. They are provocative, and I like that reaction. Okay, if you like reactive, if you like reaction and provocative, you might say, oh, then she's SC, so she likes the sensation, right? She likes the sensation of it. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. You do seem like an INFP to me. And I was like, I was shocked. I was shocked, really. Really? Why NE and not SC? Oh, everyone always wants me to explain this. Yeah, yes, it is really difficult to know the difference. Like, I was shocked. I really couldn't tell. How does she know the difference? Like, how can you tell? There are no good videos explaining this. There are no good videos explaining this. Now I kind of know the difference, but maybe there are a lot of people who are mistyped. I thought I was mistyped. It's really difficult to actually prove that you're any instead of SC and vice versa. I felt like a relief, like, oh, okay, I actually am an INFP, because I related to all the videos and I related to so many things about the INFP personality type. It was like kind of a relief, but I still want to know why. I was observing the way you write. Other things too, but that thing was the main thing that helped me. I mean, the way your sentence looks. So, these two sentences were the final points. Okay, she's any. I guess I just really love people who are different. And if you dress differently, it makes me think you have different ideas or different interests. Okay, so it's not actually the clothes, you see? It's not actually the clothes that I'm interested in. It's what's behind, like, the meaning of the clothes. The meaning of the different clothes is that you actually have different ideas, different perspectives, different interests, different way of looking at life. And it just tells me that you're actually not afraid of exposing that. Like, an SE user, I think, would not be able to explain with such depth, not being arrogant here, but like, just not being able to explain or put it in a concept, in an argument, why they like something. Okay, they just, I see that SE users sometimes they they can't actually explain things with so much, like, stairs, degrees. It just makes me curious about why you chose to dress like that. Makes me curious about your way of thinking and your interests. The way you talk probably is different too. Okay, I thought she could say They are unapologetic, or how you write it. Yeah, I guess SC also wouldn't use these words to describe. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I guess they wouldn't actually use such certain words with such ease. And I'm not a native English speaker. It shows. They would not be able to use like such describing words. I don't know. I think that was what she saw. Oh man, there really is something. I know what you mean actually. Like, she couldn't actually explain, but I actually know what she means. I think I have an ESFP boyfriend, and I just want, or maybe it's just a characteristic of men, I sometimes just want him to explain something. Why the word why for sensors doesn't actually make that much sense. I think why is a word more used with extroverted intuitives. You see, I'm actually good at writing, but I don't write much. Whenever I have to, it is a big strength, because I said they were provocative. An SE auxiliary probably wouldn't know what it is or how to explain it. Yeah, I guess SE just doesn't quite know how to explain it, I guess. I just really love these open-ended questions. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. You really have a gift. Thank you, and thanks for being honest. This helps me too. Typing is also a practice. Oh, you're welcome. That's good. Okay, and then I was wondering, like, my whole obsession every time is what job can I do that I feel fulfilled, that I crave for doing? What is a great job for an INFP in your opinion? I like to listen to INFP priests who live in monasteries far away from people. If they are type 4, anything that involves working independently with as few people as possible who interfere with what INFP is doing. Yeah, INFPs better work alone, because we're introverted and we just like to go with our brains, like idealizing things. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm ENFJ4, so I have a problem with that myself, and I noticed that with INFP it's even more extreme. Sorry about that. Well, I did the test and I got 4 as well, and I noticed that a lot at work too. Yeah, so my Enneagram was 4, wing 3. So I do notice that as well. And I also notice like a competitive side in me, that it's like connected to the wing 3. I want to succeed very much. I want to climb the ladder, but then I just go back to my 4 state. I just stay there, like being myself. So what does she say? So try to do something on your own, but be strict with yourself, and sometimes jump out of your frame, outside of how you feel. So if, for example, you paint or write, you have to try to sell it, no matter how unattractive it may seem to you. Yes, this is like the biggest challenge to the INFP. Whenever it seems unattractive, and even if it seems attractive to us, we immediately think people are just not going to dig this. And most people don't, but we don't even actually try because rejection is too bad for us. I understand you. I am a huge idealist and individualist, and it's hard to work with others. Yeah, sometimes I really think it sucks. This is so bad. It's so bad because I actually really don't like to work with others. That's so selfish, but it's not selfish. I feel I work better alone. I like to have companionship. Yeah, I'm not like antisocial. When I go out, I'm really social. I've people telling me like, you look so extroverted. Yeah, I like people. I like talking. I really do. But when working, I really need to go back to that space of my ideas, my things. It is extremely important for me to put my ideas in practice. Yes, like actually be able to decide on things. Like I want to do this, like let's do it. Not having to ask someone and then try to sell it. Like that's the worst. I don't want to even want to sell anything. If I have to do what others tell me, I feel frustrated every time. Sure. That is why when you asked my biggest flaw, I guess that's it. I'm so individualistic. But it is not a flaw, it is a need of mine. It is a flaw in the eyes of other people. And she said, turn your flaws to your advantage and then there will be no more flaws. And it was great advice, great advice. I still think about this nowadays because we really should be thinking about this. Like, we should choose a place that our biggest strengths are valued and that our weaknesses are not that big of a deal. For example, I struggle a lot with schedules. So, like, even though I need to improve on that, it's better for me and... Oh, damn it. It's better for me and my mental health to just... Oh, no, I lost my track. It's better for me and my mental health to just not have schedules. Yeah, like I have goals. I could have a deadline. I should have a deadline because if not, I won't do anything. But schedules are not my cup of tea, even though I have to improve on that. I'm not punctual at all. It's getting worse every time. Do you feel like you get worse with your flaws with time? I see people that it gets worse. Like we don't have that much strength to go against the flow. So it's even better, and we should strive to achieve this. Like go to a place where our strengths are the most valued. Okay? If you are very creative, you should work on a place where your creativity is valued. If you're organized, you should work in a place where organized people are like the best. Even though organization is a tricked one because we should always be organized. Oh my god, sorry about that. I need to get some water. Okay, guys, so this was reacting, just exposing you a second opinion. I kind of feel like I am INFP. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure because my NE was also not quite developed at this point. Like when I made that video, it's so easy for us INFPs to go back to the SI because it brings so much comfort. It's a way to connect with others, because if we go all in with NE, people would look at us like we're crazy. We just want to make hypotheses. We just want to dream, to make new things, but actually not achieve anything. It's crazy. So I sometimes want to talk about my boyfriend, like, what would you do if this happened? And he's like, oh, but that's such a difficult question to answer. Oh, like, I have an example. Do you think the world would be better without religion? Like, my boyfriend was like so annoyed with this question. That's super difficult to answer because it's not going to happen, because it's not a reality he cannot imagine. But I thrive on those questions, and the content I consume on YouTube, videos I watch, it's just people discussing, debating about like totally abstract concepts and things. I really like my interest is like psychology, philosophy. It's like totally like not concrete things. So I kind of figured I must be INFP. And also with my new job now as a teacher, I can really like go with the flow with this any better, even though I really have to be organized. But it's so that's it for today. I hope I'm going to make some more reaction videos. I've been meaning to react to some red pill, blue pill content, like that also makes me very interested. So I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and your feedback was very important because now I'm like 100% sure that I'm an INFP, even though I'm quite social, if you might say, but I don't have a lot of friends, so I just like talking and discussing ideas, and that's what we are going to be doing in this channel from now on, now that I've got a good mic. So, see you later. Bye bye. See you later, alligator.